Hey YouTube, what's happening? Scotty Tradition, back with another video. Hope you guys are all doing well. Got two cards in the mail that I'm pretty excited about. And also one other item I picked up. Went on a little road trip on Saturday and got a really cool memorabilia piece of the collection. So we'll talk about that at the end of the video. But let's get into the cards. So I don't make a ton of advancements in my PSA set registry, the Packer Team Hall of Fame, a lot. Most upgrades are going to cost thousands of dollars to even go up one grade, or in some cases even a half a grade. So it's just that I've gotten to the point of that set that it really is almost impossible to do any kind of upgrade without really breaking the bank. This one wasn't necessarily super cheap either, but I did have an upgrade that came up. I have not upgraded anything in that set in the entire year, so I was kind of a little itching to make an upgrade, and I went ahead and grabbed a pretty cool edition. So this is the 1980 Topps Paul Kaufman rookie card. He was an awesome tight end for the Packers in the late 70s and early 1980s. He was a three-time Pro Bowler. He was part of a really prolific offense in the early 80s for the Packers, where, in 1978, Mr. Kaufman was drafted the same year that James Lofton was. Also, John Jefferson, another wide receiver, was on that offense. Lynn Dickey was the quarterback of that team. They did not have a problem scoring and churning up yards. They had a problem with defense. The 80s teams put up a lot of points. They gave up even more than they put up. And Packers were not a very good team in the 80s, but they were pretty prolific on the offensive end. So Lynn Dickey was an awesome tight end. Take a peek at the back there. These cards, pretty scarce in a 10. It's only pop 6, so these don't come up very often at all. So I finally pulled the trigger on this upgrade. So happy to have that one, and finally get to do an upgrade for that set. Here was the 9 that I had beforehand, which I'll probably end up selling, but also a real nice looking 9, to be honest. But just had to upgrade something. I've stared at that set for all year, and you look all year and literally nothing comes up for upgrade. Cards just don't come up. I'd love to be able to upgrade more, but this is the only one, and it's only one grade point, but happy to have it for sure. Then the next card, which is really cool, that came up, not necessarily one that I was looking for, but does kind of check a lot of boxes for me. And it's just a beautiful, aesthetically pleasing card. This is the 1955 Bowman Bobby Dillon autographed. The pop on this one is 5. And you can see this one's given an authentic. 4 of the 5 are just authentic, so this one goes with the other 4, or the other 3, excuse me. Look at how awesome that card looks. Just a beautiful signature as well. This is probably one of my favorite images on a football card, and to have an autographed version is awesome. So who is Bobby Dillon? Well, he's a Pro Football Hall of Famer. He got in 2020 into the Pro Football Hall of Fame after 50 years on the ballot, so he was on there for a long time. Unfortunately, he passed away in 2019, and he was almost 90 years old when he passed. You just wish these Hall of Fames would allow people to get some enjoyment in life, from some of this stuff. But, he waits 50 years, passes away in 2019, and then they put him in 2020. He was on the Packers for 8 seasons in the 1950s. For 4 of those seasons, he was named First Team All-Pro. So he was a really, really good safety. When he finished his career, he had 52 interceptions. That is still the all-time lead for the Green Bay Packers with 52. And when he retired, he was number 2 in the entire league, behind only Emlyn Tunnell, who also finished his career with the Packers and was an absolute stud. Just grabbed a couple of those other cards to show, since I don't get a chance to show these very much. Here's a 61 Lake to Lake Emlyn Tunnell. Just a beautiful example right there. So Emlyn Tunnell played most of his career for the Giants, but Vince Lombardi actually brought him over when he came over and wanted Tunnell to teach the defense to all the young aspiring Packers at the time. So Tunnell, absolute stud, one of my all-time favorite players. And he was the only guy that was ahead of Bobby Dillon in interceptions when Dillon retired. So that's an awesome lake to lake. I think that's his only Packers card technically on Tunnell. And here's his 51 Bowman rookie card, which I also had to have a copy of. So that's just a beauty there. Love these old school vintage football cards. And I mentioned Dillon had 52 interceptions. Well, the guy who he was just ahead of, who's number 2 on the Packers all-time list, was this guy, Willie Wood. And here's a beautiful example of his rookie card in a 9. That beautiful purple sky variation in the back there. Awesome card. I think it was Dave Hanner who actually said, I mean, the 2 best safeties that the Packers ever had was, and Dave Hanner was a Packers defensive tackle, the 2 best safeties the Packers ever had was Willie Wood, who I just showed, and Bobby Dillon. So, pretty cool. And that's not the only Bobby Dillon card I have either. I have this one. This is an example in a 7. The same card, only unsigned. Just a beautiful example. Look at the centering on that beauty. What a great card. Also have an example of the 59 tops in a PSA 8. And here is his 57 tops. I did put together that team set a few years back. Happy to do so. Such a great set. This one's also in an 8. And then I've got a couple more here. Of course, this is his 52 Bowman Small. This is his rookie card. Pro Football Hall of Fame rookie card. And also happen to have that one signed. This has turned into a pretty big card over the years. As soon as he made the Hall in 2020, it's like he only had a few signatures on cards out there because he wasn't a Hall of Famer. And then now it just became like exponentially sought after. So that's a really cool one. And then the Bowman Large version as well of his rookie in an 8. He was just a stud player for the time. So he actually led the Packers in interceptions 7 of the 8 years that he played, which is a pretty big accomplishment. And 3 different seasons in those 8 years, he had 9 interceptions in a season, which is quite a bit. So just a stud player. I think it was Raymond Berry who said, he's one of the most superior athletes that you'll ever find in the NFL. Of course, Raymond Berry was the great wide receiver at the time. So, yeah, some awesome pickups. Thought I'd show some other cards along with it, but let's get the 2 main pickups out again. These are just 2 vintage goodies, which I'm super happy to add to the list. So, absolutely love these cards. So if you just hang with me for a moment, we're going to go check out the piece of memorabilia that I picked up as well. Alright, so we're down here in my man cave area now, and there it is. So on Thursday or Friday, I had been looking for kind of a cool item to kind of put in my man cave area, workout area that I have, and I was looking for another jersey to go along with the Bart Starr jersey that I already had. And so this came available on eBay, and I watched it, and by Friday I had messaged the seller and didn't think he was going to come down. He had a high listing offer on this one, not like way out of left field, but you know, very high retail of what something like this would go for. And I was able to message him, and I offered what I thought that I would like to pay for it, and he accepted. So it was kind of a little bit unexpected, but he accepted my offer and basically made a 2-hour road trip to go pick it up and 2 hours back. So 4 hours round trip, but this is a big, old, heavy display case right here that this jersey's in. So a lot better than having it shipped, in my opinion. So really excited to grab this. This is the number 66 Ray Nitschke. You can take a look at the emblem there. This has the Green Bay Packers Super Bowl, AFL, NFL, Super Bowl I emblem on it. This is like I guess an early 90s era sweater jersey, according to the JSA letter of authenticity. So, and then just take a quick look at that auto himself. You know, Ray Nitschke has one of the cooler vintage autographs as a Packer collector. It's just funny because Ray Nitschke is such a big, burly looking guy. Like, he just looks like a beast, right? And his signature, to me, almost looks like whimsical in nature. So this is just, it does not seem like the kind of signature you'd have from such a big, burly, tough guy. But there it is. It's just a great signature. One of my favorite autographs is Ray Nitschke. So really happy to have that in the collection here. Looks great right where it's at. You don't see the Nitschke stuff come up a lot. You do see more of the star stuff, I'd say, being a quarterback. But I'm a defensive guy, so I love good defense, which, you know, I've been waiting for the Packers to have a good defense for many years now. But, you know, Lombardi's defenses were absolutely awesome. And Ray Nitschke was the heart and soul of that defense, along with Willie Davis and others. So really, really happy to be able to add that into my sports man cave area. And while I'm here, I'll take a quick peek at the other one. There's the Bart Starr kind of right next to it. And that one has a TriStar sticker and letter on the back as well. So, beautiful signature there of Mr. Bart Starr. All right, well, that's it, everybody. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. We'll talk to you again soon. I'm sure I'll make another video before Christmas at some point, hopefully. And I'm also going to do my year in review video, which is always fun. So take care, and we'll talk to you again soon. Thanks for watching.